we just, we just have to get in discussion about it, and he's gonna let me know when he gets everything and everything like that. So.
Yeah. Hey there, Skeptors. Skeptical Jukes here. Welcome back to DBD. If you haven't already, make sure to watch the past streams of it, and also, I'm here with a great friend of mine. He's like a brother to me. It's the one and only Kingcerberus 22. Say hi, man.
Yo.
Yeah. See what disaster and sick plays we get in the entities realm today.
Yep. Also, guys, you can also expect us to get Predator Hunting Grounds because I already have it. I pre-ordered it when it came out. Skeptical was planning on getting it too. Yep. So you're gonna see Predator Hunting Grounds as well from us. You've seen me stream it once in the past, and that was with Shining Fireheart and Hail the King 13. And that stream did. A lot of people loved Predator Hunting Grounds when it came out. So, so I mean, that's a stream I definitely want to do again. I might do it with Shining Fireheart, Hail the King, and Skeptical. That's if it happens, but I have to get back in contact with Steven and all them. So I've just been busy, but I just haven't had a chance to get in contact with them again. So. But I want to let you guys know I'm not pissed off at him or anything. That I don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring him at all or anything. I'm not. It's just I've been busy. That's all. I just haven't had a chance to talk to him, and they've been busy, so I just haven't had a chance. But we will. But whenever I can get back in touch with them, we will be streaming again. So. But hey, Skeptical and I, we love streaming together, so it's fun. Hey, we enjoy yourselves, so.
Yeah. We have good times around here.
Yep.
See, if it wasn't for my daily, I would probably be playing Tap, because I've been having a lot of fun with Tap recently. But
yeah. I like playing as Tap as well. Tap is a great character to play as. One character I will never play as, even if it was part of a daily. Never plays Ace Visconti. I will never play him.
Still don't get why I hate Aces.
Why do I hate him?
Yeah. I still don't get that.
The reason why I hate him is because all they do is cause trouble. It's like every time when I've always played with an ace, right? Every time I would play with an ace on the team, they will always either bring the killer to me or they would always be the first one dead.
That's just been you unlucky. The only time I think, surprisingly for me, it's more with Claudettes. But that's because most people that I know hate Claudettes anyway. It's more commonly known that people hate Claudettes because you get either A, ones that play like dog shit because they're like rank 20 or they got to purple ranks because the game's MMR is still doo-doo. Or they play overly toxic. It's fucking stupid. Like, I have played against a few toxic aces, but nowhere near compared to the amount of Claudettes I've faced. Like, oh holy, I think there's only one time I ever.
Another one I hate too.
Yeah, I think there was only one time I ever had a really bad ace. I don't know. I don't think I was playing with you. I must have been getting confused with some other friend. He was such an idiot. He was like clearly trolling. So I hope he got like a short ban or some crap from this game because the way how he was playing was purposely toxic. Like he was purposely being an a-hole.
Yeah. And an interesting factor with me, I've never had good luck against aces, like with aces on my team, so...
Yeah. Hey, it would be good if in the future, if one of them is running that, what's it, of the ante, and then they actually gives... That would be cool if, if an ace was running that and then he'd actually Kobe off a hook. Imagine if that happened. That would actually be, like, finally, like, a good moment to shine. Oh, it's a Wraith. Oh crap! I didn't realise he was coming in that close. Wow, shit.
So I heard rumors that Chapter 19 is supposed to be a licensed killer.
Chapter 19's the K-pop one, remember? I mean Chapter 20.
20, yeah.
I lost track of the chapters, if it's true, it'll more likely be the 5th anniversary one. And I think it's either going to be Resident Evil or Candyman. There's actually a really good theory going on. Oh shit, he's right here. Is the only main reason that it's like really good evidence for Candyman is if you look at the 2021 charm, which is one guy proved out, it clearly looks kind of like goldy looking, kind of like what do we call it? Like gives off them Candyman vibes, and also because if you look closely, it kind of curves like hooks type of thing, like like Candyman's hook that he has on his like arm. I'd be surprised if it's not, but I'm just still annoyed that a while ago we didn't get him instead. I still would have rather had him first than Pyramid Head, not that one chapter was Pyramid Head. Like, I could have waited a bit longer for Pyramid Head, personally. Like, I know I've grown up with Silent Hill and all, but I would have preferred Candyman first due to like hype and everything else. I swear there's a charm glitch going on. Because it makes no sense. Whoa, I've just got a hook glitch. Whoa!
I see that.
Oh my gosh. Rafe's looking at me like, what the hell? Hey, quit hooking me like that. This is the first time I'm experiencing. I've seen this glitch before, but this is the first time I'm experiencing this glitch.
No, what I'm saying is, right? Is he still camping you?
No, he's putting the Meg on hook.
Okay. But here's the thing though. A lot of people thought that when the change came out, like the change thing came out, I can't get you off the hook because you're glitched.
No, go to the actual hook itself. Go to the hook itself. There you go.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, right? DBD in a nutshell. I had that glitch with another friend before. That's the first time it happened to me. That's the first time it happened to me.
Right. That's never happened to me.
Yeah. Oh shit, we're going the wrong way. We are going the wrong way. Is Meg
gonna... what I'm saying is...
I knew Meg would kill herself, only because we went the wrong way. I wanted to go that way to see if the random was going to go fetch her. Bro, I hate when survivors do that. Oh, I didn't get to Kobe, so I might as well just make it worse for the others. I'm like, oh, what's that thing to do? Alright, you can carry on saying now.
But no, what I'm saying is, when they did the change one, right? A lot of people... The chapter with the change when the Death Slinger came out?
Yeah.
A lot of people thought that was going to be Pinhead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember telling you my fear a while ago, and I remember telling a few friends of this. Originally, I thought it was either going to be Pinhead, or if it was unlicensed, which it ended up being unlicensed, I thought it'd be called The Prisoner, because there's like a chain, so I thought it'd be like a killer with a ball and chain. But no, it ended up being like it was a harpoon, like, chain gun. So...
yeah. Wraith, it's on my ass.
Alright. Next update I'm really hyped for, because not only are we getting the new DLC, but we're also getting another Wraith change, which is cool. And we're finally getting they're finally fixing the Blight, now that he can hit onto more things, because I hate playing Blight and where it would just slide off certain objects. And his POV doesn't look like the camera's on his crotch. It literally used to look so low and it just looks stupid. And it sucked ass in chases, like if you were playing as him and then you can't see ever certain things because the camera was like so short for some reason. So...
right. But no, what I'm saying is, rumors going around that chapter 20 is going to be Candyman.
Yeah. I mean, it would be kind of disappointing if it isn't, but I mean, knowing DBD, if it isn't Candyman, then we'll get a good replacement indeed. Like, it'll be something pretty good.
But what would your reaction be if it is Candyman?
I'll freak out and I'll be really happy. To be honest, most people will be like, oh, it will be better. Oh, he's on me. 1 second. What was I gonna say? I won't make it to the pallet. Oh, that juke almost worked. Anyway, personally, I want Candyman more than Resident Evil because I can wait a little bit longer for Resident Evil. But knowing our luck, it'll probably end up being Resident Evil instead. But we'll see. I mean, I could be wrong. But there's just been also huge rumours that it could be Resident Evil due to like kind of hints with like Resident Evil related stuff and stuff like that.
Plus Resident Evil Village just came out too, so
yeah. Hey, it would be funny if the killer was called if it was Lady like Dimitrescu. Is that how you pronounce her name? I forgot how it's spelled. That would be really funny because then people would be like simping for her again, but it more likely wouldn't because that would be like not much people want that more. Like we either want Mr. X or Nemesis.
It'll be probably Nemesis, just because he's the most popular one.
Yeah.
Because even though Mr. X would be good, Nemesis is just more well known.
Yeah, I remember you said that last time, that it probably more likely be Nemesis.
Yeah, because the reason why I say it's Nemesis, it's not that you're wrong with Mr. X. I'm not saying that you're wrong about that. I'm just saying it would make more sense as Nemesis, because even though he's so big, and it's gonna be hard to make because he's so big, but he would make the most sense, because if you're talking about Resident Evil, one of the first ones you talk about of Resident Evil is Nemesis.
Yeah.
So,
well, the OGs mainly talk about Resident Evil 1, but if you move that aside, then I guess, yeah, Nemesis, but... It's just that I've heard quite an even amount of, like, 50-50 being, oh, it'd be Mr. X, but then if, like, somebody was like, oh, but, like, well, how would Nemesis work? Because you'd be, like, a big bioweapons, that wouldn't that be, like, a bit more harder to pull off type of thing? But no one DVD, they'll just make it happen. I don't know why, but every certain killer I think of, people keep thinking will more than likely not happen.
CF. What's up, Butterflies? Yeah.
And I don't get that, because most of the killers' ideas can actually work. So
it just depends on how you do it.
Yeah, like I remember one of the YouTubers I watched didn't think that Alien could work. Well, I mean, he wouldn't mind seeing it, but he said personally wouldn't think it worked. Well, in my opinion, it can work. Because what they could do is that the Xenomorph will probably have like a lunge attack with its tail that kind of works like Demogorgons, and then his secondary power would be the Alien Eggs. So they could kind of, I don't know how it could work, whether you can control it or it could be like automatically after you've placed them, and then they can go on like survivor's face and they have to try and like rip it off, kind of like how it works like Victor, I guess.
Yeah. How you doing, Butterflies? But no, I'm saying is, I think if there's one character I think that could work for the game, right?
Yeah.
Is, and don't ask me why I think this, but I think Slenderman could work.
No, I remember we both been agreeing on it last time. Do you remember when I told you that? Remember when the YouTubers, the King and Polyester, they made that April Fool's joke, and I was so pissed, like, that it ended up not being that. Like, that was back around, that was just before Pyramid Head, right? I think it was, and it was like, I was mainly thinking, I mean, Pyramid Head was like cool, because I remember explaining to you a while ago, this ex-friend of mine who was an absolute dipshit, he managed to predict the killer correctly, and I wish he didn't, because that's another reason why I wanted Candyman more, right? And, I'll quickly finish this off and then you can carry on, sorry. Sorry, I might be losing track now. It was something about Candyman, right? Oh yeah, Candyman or Slenderman, right? If this would have been the most awesomest kind of publicity stunt ever, right? So if it would have been where Polyester and the King would have been like, oh haha, April Fool's joke, Slenderman in DVD, like we got these people to go edit it to make it look like it's photoshopped, which I mean still to this day it looks really good fake Photoshop, like Slenderman in DVD chapter. But then it would have been suddenly, as soon as the trailer comes out, it's actually Slenderman. Like how fucking cool would that have been? I mean that would have been way more cooler than us just getting like boom, oh, Pyramid Head, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah. You're really close to uploading your next montage. I rendered all my clips in 4K and I'm gonna edit them in Vegas and upload it. Should be out Saturday. Okay, Butterflies, I'll check it out. Another thing is, Claudette, but another one that I think would be interesting that would work, and you and I also agreed on this one as well. And this one would be kind of interesting because of how mysterious he is, right?
Yep.
Irish Jack.
Yeah. Personally, though, I said that would be cool, but I'll be hugely surprised if Dead by Daylight actually did that. Because personally, I want more is Jeff the Killer and Slenderman. So
yeah.
But...
So yeah, but
And
Irish Jack
also
could
another
work.
thing is I haven't seen much concept for Irish Jack anyway. Like more people have been talking about like, oh, Jeff the Killer for DVD or oh, Slenderman for DVD. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's personally another reason why that's out of all the killers, that's in the list of like the really, really 50-50. Like in my eye, I personally see Jeff the Killer and Slenderman being more. But I mean, you never know.
But
DVD
Irish Jack
could
could work.
surprise us. Yeah, it could work. That'll be like really. Oh, it's a pig. I spawned right next to one of the traps. Like one of the reverse bear trap boxes. I still love that they actually
I
did the
hope so,
graphic
Butterflies.
change on that.
I would hope it's the best one because I want to enjoy it if I watch it, you know. But no, I'm saying is, I agree. But here's the thing: you could call him, you could call Irish Jack the Iwas one, and
Yeah.
then some of
Or
his
the
parts,
eyeless.
and
Oh shit.
or the Iwas.
Yeah.
And no, and then for Slenderman, you could call him the Faceless, and then
Or the figure or the myth. Those are other names I've
Yeah.
heard would be really good
Yeah.
for him.
yeah, and then another one is for Jeff the Killer could be the Psychopath,
Yeah.
and but with Irish Jack, you know, he doesn't really have a weapon, but
The only thing that I remember disagreeing on, which I guess I think you kind of thought was a good point, is, which kind of worrying, is that the only main reason it will be a bit annoying kind of for Jeff the Killer is, which most people would say, oh, kind of puts up, is that it kind of has a similar weapon to, for example, Michael Myers and if they had Chucky in the game. That's the only thing that kind of puts people off of being like, oh, personally, I don't want Jeff the Killer in the game. I'm not saying that I don't, I'm just saying what some people would say. That's
Right.
why, which I get, because it kind of gets, I get why people say it's boring if it's just a killer with the same looking knife over and over again. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying the killer looks the same, I'm just saying people get annoyed when it's the same weapon over and over again. So,
yeah, of course. Yeah, I understand Butterflies. Cinematics is always the hardest part to do. But I hope you do more high quality montages. Those are like the best ones you could do. Of montages.
what gen are you on, by the way?
I'm by a wooden area.
Okay.
That's all I can
I
tell
don't know
you.
if
don't really
you've
have-
noticed this, but personally, I think they've made the swamp maps darker. Like, no one's put
Yeah,
a
they
mist map offering, not map offering, offering on, and yet it looks really dark. So,
Alright. Sorry, I had an itch.
it's okay.
But no, what I'm saying is, you know, we agreed on Jaws, but it was also where we didn't agree on it either, because that would just be really hard to make.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, you have to find the perfect underwater map, and doing that is not exactly easy.
Yeah. And I said it would be cool though if they kind of like made it that the water could be on like certain maps, so not fully flooding them, because that'd be a bit weird and impossible. But like where the water clearly rose on it, like it flooded the maps. Like, that'd be cool.
Yeah. But that would be really hard to do because you really have to know like how much water to put on and
Yeah.
everything like that. That's gonna be really hard because you have to think it's a fucking shark. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, sharks need a lot of water. So
Oh crap! I should make that. Oh, she almost made that. Oh damn.
I'm pretty sure they are butterflies, but they just won't show it like when you're on the actual stream. I might have to go in the comment section and look at it.
I'm a mod, so if it comes up with the allow thing, then I'll just press that it's allowed. Because that's what I did on one of the texts earlier, thinking when I was watching your stream.
Yeah. But like, you know, unedited, I'm sure you can, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't take my word for that. I don't know. So I don't really do montages much. So
Yeah, because it takes a good amount of editing, which I respect. I love montages, like a lot.
I do too, but they're really hard to make.
True.
But like I said, a lot of people were like, "Oh, why don't we do a Scooby-Doo chapter?" I'm like, "How the hell is that gonna work?"
That would be too stupid. I'm just saying that would like be way too weird for DVD.
Right. Like, you could do, like, the tar monster is one of them. And then,
Yeah.
like, Or what would you put as a survivor? Shaggy? The fuck? Like, how's that gonna work? You know?
Okay, I'm doing Gen Killers right now.
Alright.
Fuck, I never mind, so I'm gonna have to move.
But one we definitely agreed on without even having any thought about it. Jason.
Yeah.
That's one we definitely agreed on.
That's the top 3. Well, I mean, it's not really 3 because my list is bigger on Dream Killers that I want for DVD. But my top 3 biggest ones is Jason, Springtrap, and Candyman. Those are the ones I want the most in the game.
Springtrap would be a big one because he has the axe. He has an axe. He names it Tracy.
Yeah. So people said that, I mean, see, like, some people disagreed on that because that one's been like really 50-50 mainly on the weapon. But if they don't do Trace as the main one because, like, some people said like, that could be like a secondary thing. Because I like that they should do more with killers that it shouldn't always be just the weapon with a little customization. I think they should do more like with a killer, like for example, if it was Jason, where you can clearly change the weapon like entirely, like actually change the weapon, not just the customize of the blade all the time. So
right. We're talking about Dead by Daylight, which is what we're playing right now, Butterflies. But the thing is with Jason, I think if they're gonna do Jason, they gotta do Jason X because, you know, it wouldn't make sense to do it any other way.
See, that would be cool, but like, look, I've only said this because, like, theoretically, right? Because like, I said that would be cool, that's what we want, but knowing DVD, they'll just probably do it as like, you know, the normal iconic Jason mask, and then like this, like Savini Jason be a cosmetic type of thing. But I would love it if they did it the way that we're hoping for, with like that, and then it could be like the other way around. But knowing DVD, they probably won't. But that would be like so badass if they did it the other way. Right.
But think about this though: if you're playing as Jason X, you can't hurt Jason X. Like,
but that would be like too OP, and we know that the devs would instantly nerf that. We know that for a fact. Or maybe they could do it as a built-in thing. So the more certain stuff happens to Jason, then it eventually turns into Uber Jason. That could work more. That would probably be more likely instead of it just being fully built in. Or else that'd be like way too OP, and we know the devs would just instantly nerf that shit.
Or as I like to call it, Mech Jason.
Yeah.
Because it's more of like a robot / mech thing instead of like a fucking Uber kind of thing. Because to me, Uber makes no sense. So,
I think Uber's supposed to mean mighty, like big, I guess. But every time I think of Uber, I think of that like car company where it's like a top of taxi.
That's what I think too. I'm like, that's what I think too. I'm like, why are you gonna name Jason after a fucking car company?
And that was before that company fully like went into play, like fully blew up. So that's the most crazy thing.
It was Uber driver was around by that time.
Yeah, but I didn't hear about it back then though. That's the only weird part. I only mainly know taxis, but I think in my opinion though, Uber's grown more the past few years though than it has back then. Because I'm surprised I didn't hear it like more often back then. But you're there.
She's tunneling me.
Oh damn.
She wants my ass dead.
Oh shit!
Please tell me you can get. Please tell me you can get another gen done.
I doubt I was trying to do the one with the small boat, but
fuck off!
Wow, she wants you dead. You're lucky you don't have DS. Damn it. She's probably gonna come straight here. Alright, while she's doing that, I'm gonna try. Oh no, I think we've two-gened ourselves. Because
there's a gen that's on the boat. There's a gen on the boat.
Yeah, I know, but she might go straight to that one, so I'm trying to go back and forth for these. Oh no, mind, she's going to this one. What kind of pig does that? I thought you were gonna go back to the other one, which is logical. Why go to this one? Makes no fucking sense. I'm gonna die now. Thanks for playing illogically. Yeah, I've seen gameplay of that. Is it on console yet, or is it only on PC?
Yeah, it's on console. It's on console.
Fucking hell, this pig is like really bad.
She has the fucking tunnel just to kill somebody.
Yeah, she's gonna tunnel me next, I know it. But also, why isn't she been going to the fucking other gen too? Like, it's logical. See, now I got popped now. If she wasn't such a dumb bitch, she could have gone to the other gen and prevented that from happening. So, no Ed, of course. I was kind of guessing she'd have no Ed. She's probably gonna fucking camp me now.
Alright, thank you. Alright, thank you, butterflies. I appreciate it.
Iron grass as well.
Go sub to Skeptical Jukes, by the way, butterflies.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks. And he hit me too. Wow, what a dumb pig.
She did that with me too. She did that with me too.
She's bad though to tunnel you and then do. She's probably gonna proxy camp.
I was trying to get that bear chop off of my head, and then
it makes no sense if she camps this because if she had no kills all game, then camps this, then fine, that would make sense. But she already killed you, so I don't get why she should camp this.
I don't know.
Wait, didn't they change it back? Yeah, you can't escape with the reverse bear trap, can you? Because I think they changed it back, didn't they? I don't want to risk it because I could have sworn I watched a clip recently where someone tried to escape. I think they've changed it back. No, she's gonna tunnel me. Can you take a hit, Claudie, please? Because she's just gonna come straight down here and F me over.
There's a lot of killers that I think would be good for this game.
Yeah, I agree.
One of them that we both disagreed on, surprisingly, was The Shining. Because that's more
well,
human-like.
I didn't fully disagree on it. I just said I wouldn't mind it not being a game, but I said it would be cool, but I said I could live without it. Like, I'd rather have some other chapter than that. You know what I mean?
But not just that, because it's another human character. And we already have quite a few. You know, if we have Jeff the Killer in there, he's human.
We're not getting out. Wow. I mean, me and the fraud, sorry. I'm saying that in like...
You know, like... No, like, the thing is, if you're getting Jeff the Killer, right? If you're getting Candyman, if you're getting,
the Trickster's already, like, fully human
Legion.
as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, like, all those characters are all human. You know?
Right.
So it's like, you don't want too many human characters. Now, the one interesting character would be interesting to have is Hatchet. You remember Hatchet?
Yeah.
He would be interesting.
Also, the jacket from what do we call it? From Hotline Miami. Like some people say that'd be too goofy, but I could see that working because they already did that collab in that one other game. Payday. It's called.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Claude. I'm gonna have to leave you.
Now, one thing I will say, one killer a lot of people were saying could work, and I don't know how you would feel about it, but is a piranha. Like, you remember like when they had like the Piranha movie?
Yeah. Wait, but doesn't that kind of roll in the same context as the shark though? Like
kind of, but it's an actual fish instead of a shark.
But that's kind of like sliding on the same thing. So if you're saying that works more than the shark, then I'm sorry, but that like makes no sense. Just saying.
I'm not saying that.
Because I get it, because I guess because it's smaller, but like, if that would work, they'd have to, maybe make the piranha big-ish, because they can't just make it like a small one, so of course it'd have to be kind of big, like, and then they could make its power kind of be where it could like multiply, like in the movies, like that would be cool.
Like a group. Yeah. Like a group, yeah.
So I guess the killer should probably more likely be called the Piranhas, because in the movie there's kind of like more, and they ended up making them remakes ones recently, but yeah, I guess that could work, but... Personally, I would want Jaws more, since like it's a really big icon and stuff. But I could also see that being cool in a way, I guess. So. Another
one they said could be it too, because it's actually a movie on Netflix. If you have Netflix,
I have Netflix.
It's on Netflix now. It's called Three-Headed Shark Attack. They're saying that instead of an actual shark, they could do a three-headed shark. And I'm like, I don't think that's gonna happen.
That would be more silly than Jaws, because at least Jaws is the one shark. So
Yeah.
I finally did my daily as well. Let's go. Oh, I forgot to show you. I have a new cake cosmetic. This.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, and I got it to P350 because the last time I played with you, I didn't get it to P350. So voila.
She looks like a fairy.
Yeah, this is themed like the 1950s because it's also referencing to Riverdale, that show on Netflix. Because when they were leaked, they were called like you know, like Riverdale set or whatever. Like people were nicknaming them and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to kind of level up my Cheryl because she's almost P1 level 50 and almost P2.
Another one that a lot of people were saying was Pamela, like Pamela Voorhees, and I'm like,
that would be no.
No,
that would be weird. When I mean I mean like, you know, when you go like to say no. That's what I meant. When you go like I mean like no.
I mean, like it'll be like I can understand using like having her name like as a perk.
Yeah.
But her as an actual killer, I don't think so. I think it would make sense to have Jason on there, and it would be like, and his perks could be like, killing spree. Another one would be
maybe one of them could be called Mommy's Little Boy or something like that. Mommy's Boy. Mommy's Boy. That's it. That's better than Mommy's Little Boy. That sounds a bit too childish. But it's like something on the lines to connect with, you know, the relationship with him and his mom, because that connects like a lot in the movies. Like yeah, something like that. Yeah, because it connects a lot with the movies and of course the Friday the 13th game. So it'd be like something like that.
Yeah, and then with the last perk, I already know what that one's gonna be. It's called Live Forever. Basically means where you can't die.
Yeah.
And basically, so and Live Forever would be his last perk. I could tell you some of the perks I have for some of the killers that, you know, would work. For Slenderman, so I have my perks planned out for Slenderman. So for Slenderman, it would be called Tentacles. You still there?
Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. The perks I had in mind for Slenderman, right? I want your opinion on them, okay?
Okay.
Is tentacles, because if you remember, he has like tentacles.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, personally, that sounds weird for a perk, but I mean, there could be something on the lines of tentacles, so I don't blame that. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. My minion, because if you remember, like where like what he did with Kate in like in Sunday Arrival, he killed her and then made him become his minion, basically. So it'd be called My Minion, right? And then another one, and it could be called the Faithless Wonder, and basically, and that could be one of his perks, you know. And then another one for Jeff the Killer could be Go to Sleep, of course, because that's what he always says.
Yeah.
Another one could be
Evil Ears. I mean, that evil's close because he does get close to people and want them to go to sleep. Of course, he go to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah. And then another one could be hide and seek, because he likes to play hide and seek with people, and you know that could work.
I know.
With Candyman, if you're gonna do Candyman, this has got to be a perk. I don't care what anybody says. Be my victim.
Obviously, yeah.
That's got to be a perk because he says that all the time in the movies. Be my victim's got to be a perk. I don't care what anybody says. That's got to be a perk.
I know that this is my personal idea. I mean, they could either do this perk. I don't mind who they do it on, but this could really help for chases, and it would just make this game more of a horror game, right? So hear me out. They should either do this on either Springtrap, Jason, or even Harry Warden, because this kind of connects in the remake. You know, when like that one guy was getting like visions and shit.
The minor.
Yeah, right. Is when you do a loop as a survivor, right? This perk's really cool, and I swear, if the devs don't do this in some shape or form, I'm gonna be pissed off, right? This helps a lot in loops, and it's actually scary. So when a survivor loops a spot for like 4 times, they go around the loop 4 times. halfway through they get like a jump scare as if the killer's right there. I don't know what I don't know whether the perk would be called Now You See Me or something. It'd just be like something on the lines of that. Like I don't know what it'd be called, but it'd be really cool to work with any of those killers because it makes sense not only with the character, but it also helps a lot to stop loops for a bit and also gives really good horror aspect in the game anyway. So
I would if that were me, I would have named it. I would be called Surprise. I would be like Surprise Jump Scare. That's what I'd call it.
Well, I guess that's also an alright name for it, I guess.
Because it's kind of like a jump scare and it's like in surprise, you know. But here's the thing with Candyman, you got to put Be My Victim in there as a perk. I don't care what anybody says. That's got to be a perk. I don't care what anybody says. Another one of his perks has got to be Beehive because if you remember, his stuff is made of bees. You know, so it's got to be called Beehive. You know.
Oh, she doesn't turn around.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Beehive's got to be a perk, and then another one could be called Hook Hand.
Right.
You know. And then the only thing is, what's going to be the map? Cabrini Green?
Maybe, or there's been theories that the Candyman chapter will be something to do with the upcoming Candyman movie. So maybe the Survivor will be that new protagonist, but we'll see. It could be, they could do either. We'll see.
But here's the thing: they have to have, if they're going to do Candyman, they have to have him talk, because it wouldn't make sense to have, and they got to have Tony Todd for that.
Yeah. Because
if they don't bring Tony Todd into the game, then I'm not going to get it. It's that simple.
Yeah, more likely I do though, because there has been rumours that he said that he'll be like collaborating for certain games anyway. So that's what also brought up the rumours from in DBD in the first place.
Yeah. That's why I said I'm very particular about like how they're doing it. You know? And Pinhead, right?
Yeah.
His perks could be pin and needles or pin needles. Another one could be called Feel My Chain.
And then I think the third one would be like whatever like I remember someone already did a concept for it, so I think it should be whatever one of those perk names is. Like something like that, or whatever the other name was for one of them. Really, Dwight? Such a flipping donut.
One of them should be called Welcome to Hell because he lives in hell.
Obviously,
you know?
Yeah.
So one of them's got to be called Welcome to Hell. That would make sense.
I wasn't teabagging. I hate when killers think I'm teabagging. I'm trying to crouch and hide from you because you're freaking spirit.
Right. And then another one for Springtrap, right?
I always come back. I remember we both saying that. Should be one.
Of course. That's got to be a perk, of course. Another one is going to be called Purple Guy, because if you remember, they said Purple Guy was inside that Springtrap
And I
suit.
think I remember the third one we both agreed was called like the man behind it, or the man behind it all, because he was like behind the slaughter. That would also be a good one.
Or it should be, that should be what his perks are. Because basically it is revealed that he was the Purple Guy. But there was two actual purple guys, so, I mean, it just depends on how you interpret it.
Yeah.
You know?
Or if instead they didn't want to use the purple guy as of course, one of the perk names, which I mean, I don't blame them. They did. Sometimes the devs don't want certain things to be named, like, obvious, of course. Like, I get that, because they want that mysterious, like, they do. They could make, like, I know that they're getting, like, really creative with hexes recently, so maybe it could be, like, Hex, it's like this really cool name for it, it's, like, something to do with, like, because, you know, you like, destroy childhood, so it'd be, like, kind of like, Hex, like ruin childhood or something like that. But I don't know, like something on the lines of that. Like I can imagine them thinking of a really cool hex name, but it wouldn't be ruin because of course there's already ruin, the perk ruin, so that'd be a bit stupid. But you know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm getting tunneled. But no, I think the perk, if you want my opinion, if it's not going to be called Purple Guy, I think it's got to be called Hex, Death Child.
Yes.
Because if you think about it, he only kill really children in the Night Guards. So it's got to be either Death Child, Death of a Child, or Death to All. That's got to be what it's called. But I agree, it should be a Hex. And then or they're saying it could be the puppet. They're saying it could be the marionette too.
I would prefer Springtrap, but I mean the marionette, I've heard there has been some good concepts for that, but personally most people will want Springtrap more, personally.
Right. And one of the perks could be like, one of the perks for that would be solve my mystery. Another one could be like say hello to my little friend.
I don't think they do that because of Scarface copyright, but that does sound cool though. But it's just that it's funny. Yeah. And
then another one that could work could be pulling the strings.
Okay.
Like a puppet, you know. Like a puppet string, you know.
Yeah.
Or another one I think it could be is Nightmare. You remember Nightmare from Five Nights at Freddy's 4?
I remember also someone came up with a cool concept that I remember us both talking about last time is if that like why people would agree that it would be truly awesome for like the FNAF and DVD collab is for Legion they could do the bullies from FNAF 4, you know, like with the masks on and stuff. That would be well and truly amazing.
But the thing is, you have to
put that's
Michael,
why Iron Will's clutch. I knew that one.
But that wouldn't make sense. But that wouldn't make sense if you think about it, because if you do that, right, then you have to put Michael in there. You have to put, you know, Michael in there, and Michael's already Springtrap.
Either that or a security guard.
But there was no security guard from the 4th game. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, but I'm talking about they could do it like someone had a concept. If it can't be William After's son, then then they could use one of the security guards, and it could be like kind of Scott's time to shine to reveal like one of the faces, because there's been like plenty of different security guards in all the games. So.
Jeremy's going to be the big one because Jeremy was a big popular one for the community, because if you remember,
I thought Spirit wasn't in the tunnel. She wasn't tunneling earlier.
Well, I guess we were wrong. But no, what I'm saying is, Jeremy's got to be, if you're going to do a Night Guard thing, you got to do Jeremy.
Oh
because Jeremy,
isn't he the OG?
He is the OG, yes. Jeremy's the OG. You got to do Jeremy. And then if you're going to do Jeremy, you got to do either one of two characters. Nightmare, because Jeremy, or Springtrap.
Yeah.
Because with Nightmare, because if you remember, in the Freddy files, he showed a Nightmare animatronic in there. If you remember.
Also, speaking of maps, personally, more people are on this. It would be better if they used Fazbear's Fright instead of it just being Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Like that would be like give more creepy atmosphere.
But the only thing is, we don't know what Fazbear's Fright is. That's the thing.
We kind of know what it. We kind of get the gist of it in the actual FNAF 3 game. Like we kind of know what it looks like, and there's been SFMs where you get to see a little bit more detail. So I think Scott could help out on that to add that little bit of extra to it.
I would do Five Nights at Freddy's 4 house because let me explain why. Because it's not too big, it's not too small, and I think it's a decent size for that. But the only problem is you would have to also go into the 5th location and Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, because if you remember, the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 house and the sister location house are all in the same area. Like they're all exactly connected.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But personally, I want Fazbear's Fright. That's all. But yeah, I get why you said that, because that is a cool idea as well. Yeah.
I think if you want my opinion, here's why I say this. Springtrap would be good, but if you want to have the kids, like the bullies, right? Bully H. What's up, Bully H? But if you want to have the bullies in there, you can't have Springtrap. Let me explain why. Why. Because one of the bullies was Michael Afton.
Yeah.
Right? Springtrap is Michael Afton. So, you can't have both. Because then you'll have to have Michael Afton as both. And you
That's
can't do that.
why one of the bullies would have to be, like, changed. Or it would kind of be a... kind of...
That's why... I think if you're going to do one of the bullies... you got to do Nightmare. Because... Yeah. Nightmare would fit more of that category because of his mystery behind him. Nobody knows a lot about him.
But if they did it with Springtrap and the bullies, then the one that the one board that is Michael could kind of be like an in reference kind of thing. If you know what I mean. That's why.
Springtrap with an in. My PS4 is Kingcerberus 22 Wheelie H. Also, if you want to Wheelie H, you can come sub to the channel. Go sub to Skeptical Jukes as well. And we'll give you a shout out. But no, I'm saying Skeptical, like I said, if you're gonna do that with the bullies, you can't have Springtrap as the killer. You can't do that. Because
I mean, yeah, I get what you said. Personally, I think it should still somehow work, but that's just me. But yeah, I get what you said.
But I think it will work best if you have Nightmare as the killer instead if you're gonna do the bullies.
But personally, more people wanting Springtrap. Including me, I would prefer Springtrap.
But if you're gonna do the Springtrap, you got to do either Jeremy or the security guard from the third game, because it won't.
Wait, what? You might cut out a bit. Hello, Angelo. Can you hear me? Angelo. Yeah? Okay. Angelo, are you okay? Is your mic cut off? Angelo. Angelo. I can hear you. I can hear the... Gav off experience is gonna come up to you. No, what happened? Look back. What the heck? Are you seeing this?
Hang on.
Alright. What the heck? That was weird. Quickly show the DC. Oh, that's why it's at the thing. Yeah, you were lagging in game for some reason.
A network error, that's why. I had to restart my stream. But no, what I'm saying is, before I got really interrupted by the network error, was, so, if you're gonna do Springtrap, you gotta do either one of two people. You gotta do either Jeremy, or you gotta do the security guard from Final Trace 3.
Oh, I forgot to ask, when was the last time you watched Dorko?
Dorko, I watched him earlier today.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I need to carry on watching his content, because I watched some of his FNAF ones, and when he was watching, when he was playing Friday Night Funkin', which is also a cool game. Okay, you can carry on.
Alright, hang on. But no, what I'm saying is basically what's going on is, if you're gonna do the bullies, right? And I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying with the bullies, but if you're gonna do the bullies, you have to do Nightmare because that's the only one that would make sense because Springtrap no longer exists after that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do
I'll let you say.
Yeah, if you're gonna do Springtrap, the best one you're gonna do is Jeremy because Jeremy was around for a good portion of that. If you know what I'm trying to say. So it's a weird thing because you really gotta know like about the game, but because it wasn't because like my game was acting up. But what I'm saying is you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but personally, like, it's not really the bullies. Like, it's kind of the way of how Dead by Daylight did it with Silent Hill and the Legion, because really, that's not really the proper Robbie the Rabbit kind of original wearers. Like, you know, who's wearing the costume, because really the entity kind of gifted it them from the Silent Hill realm. That's what I'm kind of saying, the take of the bullies thing. It's kind of giving a reference to the bullies, not really that it's actually the bullies. If you get my mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but that should be more of like the cosmetics, because
that's what I was saying. That's what I literally
but the thing is, if you're gonna do that, right? Who's gonna be the survivor? And the only main bully that was a survivor was Michael Afton. And if you're gonna do that, right?
Wait, so then who was the crying boy then? Because I always made that confusing.
That was their younger brother. That was the younger brother.
Yeah.
That was Michael's younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
And basically,
was it true that no, he wasn't Marionette, because Marionette was the crying girl outside, right?
The crying girl outside was Marionette, yes. The one that the fourth child became was Nightmare Fredbear or Golden Freddy.
Also, before we carry on with FNAF, I want to quickly give a good point to, like, when people saying, "Oh, FNAF won't work in Dead by Daylight." Let me give this straight for both. Are you still live right now, or are you gonna have to restart your stream?
I had to restart it, but yes, I'm streaming right now.
Anyway, I'll quickly prove a point about this for both your viewers and my viewers, right? Hear me out. So, yeah, even though Five Nights at Freddy's is technically aimed for kids, hear me out, one, it has dark shit in it, and two, Stranger Things is technically originally for kids, because that game has also collaborated with so many other games like Fortnite, Roblox, I forgot what the third one is, I think technically Minecraft and other things. And also one time I saw that game series collaborate with a fucking kids cooking game. So I don't know why people are giving more bullshit of, Five Nights at Freddy's is gonna ruin Dead by Daylight because like it's gonna bring all like the cringy 9-year-olds and shit into this game. I was like, no, like come on, the dark backstory works. It works.
No problem, Willie.
Is this a friend that you invited?
Yeah, he wanted me to invite him because he was on my stream.
Okay.
Willie, did you sub to me?
Mm-hmm. Right.
The killer, because that's Michael Afton.
Yeah.
And he's going to be facing against himself. That would make no sense. You know what I mean? So, if you're going to do that, yeah, I'm in a party, Willie. If Neon Sushi 971 is his gamer tag if you want to add him as a friend. But no, what I'm saying is, like, if you're gonna do that, right, you got to do Nightmare, because that's the only way that's gonna work. If you're gonna do Michael Afton as the survivor.
I still think that they did do Nightmare. That would piss off a lot of hopeful fans of Springtrap, especially all the YouTubers who've been like, yeah, Springtrap will be like the most logical killer for this, because since he's actually like the murderous one and was the one who did it all and blah 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 blah, and the one that usually can also hold a weapon, whereas actually Most of the other ones are just ones that can haunt you, and yeah, they can get you with teeth and hands, but like still makes sense more with Springtrap. You know what I mean? But I get, but I'm not saying that
Jeremy, you
Nightmare's a
gotta do
bad
Jeremy.
idea. I'm just saying more. I would want Springtrap more, and most people want the Springtrap more anyway. So
I want Springtrap more too because Springtrap fits the rule, you know. But the problem is you can't have Michael Afton as the survivor because he's inside Springtrap. That's
yeah.
the problem. So you have
Wait.
to
So
do
what?
somebody else.
Who was William Afton in then? He was in that other like spring suit, wasn't he? What was that other spring one called?
Okay, do you remember the one called Glitch Trap?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the one that's in Ultimate Custom Night. Who's that one? Because there's one that looks similar to Springtrap, but it's not a Springtrap. What's that one called? Because that's not
No,
Glitch Trap. That's the other
that's the
one.
burnt version. That's the burnt version of Michael Afton.
Oh.
And let me explain why. Let me
It's
explain
because
why.
the model
Let me
looks
explain why.
way different. It doesn't even look like
Yeah.
the FNAF 3 one.
It looks way different, but that's because that was what it looked like after the fire.
Okay.
Because if you remember, Springtrap burned in the fire, even though he
Yeah.
escaped. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's Springtrap. So Afton, who's the actual character name of that burnt Springtrap, is Afton, right?
Okay.
Who's inside Springtrap? Michael Afton.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So if you're gonna do a
Oh, that's why it
character-
looks more broken, even more broken than the one from FNAF 3. Like,
that's
way
why,
more
because he
broken.
was in that fire. He was in
Yeah.
that fire.
That's the fire one.
And
So the only thing that
Yeah.
distracts me is the nose and the head looks different. Like everything
Yeah,
else looks really,
that's
really
why.
different.
that's
No, but
that's
I
why.
mean, it kind of is off-putting. Like if it was a different person, that's all I'm saying. Is the model looks different as well. That's the only
Yes,
thing why it puts you off in thinking it's someone different. Because why does if it's connected to the one in the fire, then why does it look like it's a different model?
because
You know
if
what
you
I mean?
remember when you're burned, if you're burned, if your animatronic burns alive like that, right?
Right.
It ruins what the actual character was supposed to look like. So you
Yeah.
know what actual Springtrap looked like?
Yeah, he
It
had like a
looked
thinner
completely
face.
Yeah, he looked different because of that fire. So it's like basically having your face rearranged, once you have surgery, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was with that. Was that one you're talking about is Afton, which is
Yeah.
revealed as Michael Afton.
Mhm.
And the one you're talking about with William Afton, that's Glitch Trap.
Okay.
Glitch Trap is the one who's at. Glitch Trap is technically dead because he can't actually do anything. He's more of like a being. That's why he possesses people. He can't really do anything because he doesn't have enough power to do it. If you
Right.
know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So technically, he's more of
What
a
color
being.
is it?
Whatever one looks like the rabbit.
Oh, Legion. That's Legion.
Yeah.
What colour's the bunny?
Gray.
That must mean it's Susie. No, Susie's yellow. It's probably Julie.
Maybe.
No, that's Joey. That's Joey.
Is it
That's
Joey?
green. That's green.
Is it green?
Yeah, yeah,
Well, my
yeah.
screen
It's like a
looks
light
gray.
green.
On
Yeah,
my
because when you
screen, it
say
looks gray.
grey, that automatically made me think of like the light bluish, which is like Julie's. But yeah, on
Yeah.
mine that's green, and also because I remember seeing it looking a light green in the like early looks for it. Anyway. See, it's
Yeah.
funny because it suits with what I'm playing right now because that's like the Silent Hill cosmetic for Legion, and I'm playing the Cheryl.
But let me ask you a question, right? Now that we're on the subject of Five Nights at Freddy's, right? Let me ask you a question. I'm not telling you about what would your favorite character be like in Dead by Daylight. That's not what I'm asking.
Okay.
What I'm asking you is this: what would be your actual favorite Five Nights at Freddy's character and why? Like, It could be any of them. It could be Balloon Boy. It could be.
I think we had this conversation before, and I remember you saying didn't you say that one of your favorites was Nightmare? Like
Nightmare's my favorite because Nightmare was my favorite because I love the mystery behind him.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he's so cryptic and that nobody really knows anything about him. Only thing that they know is that he's the leader of the Nightmare House.
Yeah.
That's all we really know about him, is that he's the leader of the Nightmare House. So that's all we really know about him, and I like that mystery. So I want to learn more about him. You know what I mean? So that's why Nightmare's always been my favorite. But my second favorite has always been Foxy. I love Foxy. Foxy's always been my favorite.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I'm surprised you didn't remember me saying that Foxy's my all-time favorite. Like every character, like including
Foxy's my second favorite. Foxy's my second favorite because Nightmare is just always going to be my favorite. The reason why is just because of the unknown factor about him, and I like mystery. I like learning about the character, you know, and that's why I love Nightmare so much, because he's so cryptic. He's so mysterious. Like nobody really knows anything about him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm not just saying that I want Nightmare in the game because he's my favorite. No, I'm not just saying that. I'm saying it because he would be an interesting fucking character to have in the game, because he would work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Personally, though, Nightmare's cool, but my main reasons of why Springtrap is my second favorite is because aren't you gonna heal me, idiot? I also had like a passion I just like the overall creepiness of Springtrap, and then the backstory of it ended up being like connected with the Aftons and shit. So that was another reason and stuff.
Well, William Afton, who was the father, was the one who was actually the one killing all the kids.
Yeah.
And then basically what happened was Michael didn't want to do it. Michael didn't refuse to do it. Right? He refused. You know? You can hear me, by the way, right?
Yeah, I can.
But now I'm telling you the story because I know the story really well. So, the story behind this is, and this is going to be interesting, you're going to like the story, is Michael didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Michael didn't want to do it. He refused. Michael refused to kill kids because, you know, he liked kids. You know, Michael refused it. But basically they drove him to the point of insanity. They drove him nuts. And because of that, the little brother of Michael Afton, which I don't remember the name of his little brother. I know what his little brother's name is, I just can't remember what it is. Right? And but I know it was a pretty interesting name. But when he killed his little brother, basically he felt so much guilt and everything that when he was haunted by his brother, that's when he went to the spring.
That's why I felt really bad. Like, I remember everyone used to think the story wrong in Ultimate Custom Night, because I remember everyone used to think that game's not canon. But isn't it true that game is actually technically canon, though?
It is canon, because if you remember, Scott said when he made it, he said that was going to be the final game he ever made of that series before he did Sister Location and all that. Mm-hmm. And then he said, "Oh, I want to make Into Madness and all that." And then, you know, all that other stuff, and it was like he couldn't make up his mind about what he wanted to do. And basically what was going to happen was that when they did that in Ultimate Custom Night, alright, I'm going to tell you a little interesting fact that I know about this, because I actually did a little research.
Okay.
So did you know that in Ultimate Custom Night, you're actually the character you're actually playing as, right, is actually Michael Afton?
Yeah, I remember the theory originally was, when it first came out, was that you were playing William, because he was like behind it all. So like it was like they were torturing him, but then that made no sense, because like why is Springtrap there, and you know all the other versions of William and like all that, and then what do we call it? So, like, yeah, it makes more sense that it's Michael, and that's why it makes it kind of feel more depressing with the guilt of him. And I remember us talking about this last time when we were playing DBD and stuff. So,
But what a lot of people don't seem to understand is Michael was the one you play as in Ultimate Custom Night, right? And a lot of people don't seem to understand, like, how does he tie in to the nightmares, right? Like, to the nightmare animatronics, like Nightmare Fredbear and Nightmare, and Nightmare. Here's how it tags in, right? Golden Freddy is his little brother, but he's not actually in the Golden Freddy suit, if you know what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
He's not actually possessing the suit. He's basically a lost spirit going around and basically, as a lost soul, not knowing where he is or anything, if you know what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, he is Golden Freddy because Golden Freddy was the one who killed him. So it's kind of a weird circumstance there, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Because Nightmare Fredbear is, and it's basically revealed that Nightmare Fredbear is Golden Freddy.
Right.
That's basically guaranteed. So Nightmare Fredbear is Golden Freddy. You know what I mean? So basically, it's weird because Nightmare Fredbear and Golden Freddy are not similar at all, behavior-wise. But it's actually been revealed that Nightmare Fredbear is Golden Freddy. But the thing is, here's what makes no sense about it, right?
Right.
That Michael's little brother...
Fuck, of course he's there. Bro, we've got no
Michael's
gem press this match. Right.
But Michael's little brother isn't possessing the suit. He's a lost soul.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm trying to say. But then why is the Golden Freddy roaming around like a ghost? And I can answer that question. Because it's a flashback of the animatronic that killed his little brother.
When is?
What?
Like when? Like what are you referring to? Sorry, I got a bit like I
so
wasn't
in the actual story, like in the actual story, right? Do you remember when you see when you do the Ultimate Custom Night and you do the death coin on Golden Freddy?
Yeah.
And you get that Fredbear jump scare? You know why that is?
Why?
Because Nightmare Fredbear is Golden Freddy.
Okay.
And Golden Freddy was the one that killed the little brother of Michael Afton, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, and a lot of people don't seem to understand this. The little brother of Michael Afton isn't actually possessing the suit.
Right.
He's not possessing the suit. He's a lost spirit. But Golden Freddy is a flashback of Michael Afton's memories because that was the animatronic that killed his brother, if you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say or not really?
Yeah, I get it. Oh, I don't think
it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain because that one's very complicated. Because Golden Freddy's a very hard character to understand. But as long as you understand that Golden Freddy is actually not, that the little brother of Michael Afton is not in the suit, and that he's just a lost spirit roaming around, and Golden Freddy's just a ghost, that's in Michael Afton's mind, because of the fact that was the animatronic that killed his little brother, then that would make much more sense, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't seem to understand about that, because he's so mysterious. He's like very misunderstood. Not a lot of people understand where he came from.
Yeah.
And basically what's going on with that is, so Michael Afton is technically Springtrap. So if you're going to have a character as a survivor in the game, you got to have Jeremy, because
obviously, which is what I was originally thinking of, but after people making other point things, like, it got me confused in my head. So wait, let me get this straight, right? So, because it went back and forth with this, so this didn't help fucking my mind over. Wasn't William the one who was affected with Anard, or was that not? Who was effective with
No,
Ennard? Okay, it wasn't
uh,
though, because they went back and
uh,
forth on that theory and it
no,
pissed me off.
no. The thing was, okay. So Ennard is another weird one. He's kind of like the Golden Freddy of the sister location animatronics, right?
Yeah.
He's very weird because here's what's supposed. The phone's gonna die. I have to try and invite you, really, but if you give me a little bit, I can invite you. But basically, okay, so this is what's interesting. So do you remember in the mini games in the fifth game,
Yeah.
right, where that little girl died?
Yeah. Yeah. The one, what, by Baby?
Yeah, by Baby.
Yeah.
So what happened was Michael, because remember the purple guy is Michael Afton.
Right.
So what happened was Michael was the one who was the purple guy the whole time in the fifth game.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what happened was he was basically trying to fix the wrongs that he did, but he also made it worse with the scooping room. So William was still around at the time, but you weren't actually playing as William. Ennard is interesting because Ennard is an abomination of parts. He was trying to rebuild himself.
Yeah, I remember that.
So Ennard, he's a much harder to understand than Golden Freddy because Ennard is a very, very minor character. He's a very minor character, you know? And with all due respect, it's nothing against Ennard or anything. It's nothing against him. It's just he's a minor character. Like, not a lot of people understand him. And when Ennard first came into the picture, a lot of people didn't understand how he worked because it was just weird, you know?
Yeah. See, I was interested the first time it came out. I was like, it's kind of like when people thought when Springtrap was originally going to be a mixture of multiple animatronics, but then that was false because that just ended up being a old type of Spring Bonnie animatronic that ended up, you know, being like, you know, got possessed by by William Afton, and yeah.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. And he's an interesting character because Ennard is basically his own entity.
Right.
Which, if that makes more sense.
Hey, by the way.
What's up?
By the way, I gotta go off this match, sorry guys. So I'll quickly play this and then I gotta go. So I'm just gonna put it right now.
Getting off or something?
Yeah, I gotta get off because of the time and such, sorry. So this was bound to happen anyway. Basically, if it wasn't for the matchmaking still being like slow as hell, I probably could fit 2 more in, but you know, doesn't help. But the loading's long and the time difference and such. So you know what?
Huh. I could probably do one more because, like I said, after this I gotta make dinner. So. But no, I'm saying is, I appreciate that question because that's a very, very difficult question. Because with Ennard, he's very, very hard to understand. If you know what I mean, skeptical. So, I appreciate that question, but I can't really answer that because I don't know much about Ennard.
Okay.
But I can tell you that basically that Henry is the girl that died was Henry's daughter. And Henry was a former co-worker and friend of William Afton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I mean. So he is a very broad thing, but it makes a lot of sense if you do a lot of research.
I've actually seen a video of the guy who does the voice of Funtime Freddy and Bon Bon.
Lots of Star Wars. Yeah.
I would love if that guy did as soon as the FNAF movie comes out. He's like, right, Bon Bon, we're gonna go see the FNAF movie.
Right. What's funny, right, is Funtime Freddy was supposed to be the leader.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. That is true.
He was supposed to be the leader. They changed it.
But I'm glad that they did it with Baby because it's new, and I thought that concept was really cool. I like how Scott pulled that off.
Yeah, and because Scott even said in all the games that Freddy was the leader. And everybody thought in the 5th game that when they saw Funtime Freddy in there, okay, he's the leader.
I did see you might not believe me on this, but I kind of thought different. Because in the actual trailer, it kind of suspiciously shown a lot of Baby, especially the jump scare at the end. So that was kind of what kind of pulled it off with, oh yeah, duh, Baby's going to be the leader because it literally showed her way too much. Trailer. Yeah, of course before the trailer, but yeah, as soon as people saw the trailer, like, this map again? Jesus.
People are obsessed with this map.
More like the game's obsessed with this. I don't even think anyone put the offering on. Just did it automatically. Right.
But no, what I'm saying is, like I said, if you're going to do a Final Freddy's chapter in this game, you got to do Jeremy as the survivor.
Yeah. I think Scott would be on, I don't know what the right word is, but I think he'd be like, happy for it to be in this game. I can imagine him accepting the offer, to be honest. It'd be cool.
Yeah, but the only thing is, and then Scott will have to be asked, like, oh, what does Jeremy look like if he's going to be the survivor? What does he look like? So Scott's got to, just design Jeremy.
Right.
So then that way they could put him in the game. Because if you remember, nobody knows what Jeremy looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they will have to design Jeremy to show, so that way you can see what he looks like.
That's why we got this map again, because it's a Demogorgon.
Yeah. But that's basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You can't have Springtrap if you're having...
Bro, I hate it when it's great skill checks, you time it and then it says no. That time I clearly hit that. The fuck? Yeah. But I've also had a rumour that, I think I've proved this, right? Overcharge is a rigged perk, and I've proved that because when my friends sometimes use Overcharge Freddy, I time that shit in and then it misses. And I'm like, what the fuck? I pressed it on time and then it said no. Oh, he has crawl limits on because the thing's blocked. Yeah. The window's blocked.
Yeah. Which I agree with, and Overcharge is pretty OP.
No, I didn't say OP, it's rigged. It's clearly rigged. Like, it makes no sense for it to work that well on not even Doctor. Fine, it makes sense on Doctor because it's really good with in Madness level 3 because it's supposed to be insanely hard when it's on that. But when it's just on Freddy, when you just bash it once, it should not miss. There's been like one time where I pressed it and I timed it every time because I'm usually good with skill checks, and no, it just fucking ignored that. Like, what the hell?
Right.
Made no sense.
I don't know. Some things just don't make sense nowadays.
Yeah.
Fuck, I messed up. That was accidental. I thought I timed that.
I was trying to think of like other logics of killers that won't make into the game. I forgot who it was. Oh, we got it. But
I got.
There was one that was 50-50. I haven't seen the movie, but I wouldn't mind watching it. Remember someone said like people 50-50 on Pumpkinhead. I haven't seen it, but like its design looks cool, but I don't think that would be.
Pumpkinhead would be would be hard.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it wouldn't work in the game. But
I mean, it could work,
I wouldn't
but...
mind watching the movie. Oh, he almost grabbed me, shit.
He hit me twice.
Yeah.
While I was on hooks, so... Stop hitting me, Demigorgon, you camping prick.
How about he gorgons his balls? Gorgle.
Okay, you're fucking tunneling now. You're fucking tunneling now.
Wow, uncalled for. Why would he tunnel? I mean, I get why he did that because of the gen pressure, but...
I wasn't even near a gen. I was by a fucking pallet.
What do you mean?
Don't you fucking camp me. Don't you fucking camp me. Don't you fucking camp me.
Is he actually? I could try and juke him and help.
He's literally camping me.
You move, you big oaf. I got P2. Wait, he didn't turn around? What is he doing? Yeah, but everyone agrees it would make sense, Springtrap. And of course they can't put every character into the game because that would be literally impossible. Because it's the same as if they did Resident Evil. Of course they wouldn't like use every single type of zombie from that into DVD. So.
Well, of course.
Yeah, so I was talking to a viewer in my chat. So.
Why? Did you say you wanted a zombie character in there?
No, you were saying like out of like a choice of like all the FNAF characters and stuff. So that's
what would you like? He asked like what you would pick.
Yeah, like what would they? What? I don't know how he worded it because I got a bit confused on how he worded it, but yeah.
Oh. Demigorgon's on me again.
Of course, because he wants you dead. Wait, where's that portal? I want that portal gone, because he could just spawn to it.
He just keeps fucking tunneling me. That's literally what it is. I just keep getting tunneled. I heard his portal
and now it's not here. What the hell?
I'm just getting tunneled like nobody's business.
Yeah, I'm gonna move. I wouldn't fully say it's not happening, but I can see why, because people on YouTube have said good reasons why it's not gonna happen. But personally,
what?
The anime. Yeah, full on DBD vibes. Do you know what also sucks? They still haven't fixed. So they've implemented new animations into the game, yet they haven't done that for lockers. So it just looks like they haven't even fully.
Yeah.
Like it just looks awkward.
What were you saying, Skeptical?
Oh, that lag. Damn. Yeah, you're welcome. BT clutch.
No, I was saying what were you saying?
I lost off track because I'm trying to concentrate on multiple things. It was something about FNAF. Oh yeah, I was just talking about why like the good points that some people say like, oh, FNAF can't work, because I've seen like 2 YouTubers where they say like, oh no, FNAF can't work, and like they actually, instead of them saying when did the developer didn't fully say no to it, and even if it did, that's Scott, because Scott is, like most people say, is known to troll. He's done it countless of times saying, oh, I'm not going to do that, and then the next minute he does that. So that's Scott for you. I mean, heck, Scott even trolled when he created FNAF the first time, because that was him getting revenge on all of his haters when he made Chipper and Co. So
right.
That's a clear fact for itself. In my opinion... Oh, the devs said no? See, but how do you know the devs aren't lying, though? The devs are really good at hiding license chapters. Heck, they fooled us with Candyman. I'm still pissed off that to the day, because we don't even fully know whether they were originally planning Candyman, or it was just a troll in the foot. Is he gonna... He's gonna grab me here. Bro, I was gonna fucking turn, bro. That's why I hate the new animations. They feel stiff as balls. Literally had my joystick to turn left and didn't. Just pick me up. Shit like this makes the game dying. Just pick me up. Don't have DS active anyway.
I think the original plan was to originally have.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Resident Evil.
Like, no, I think the original plan.
Can you pick me up? I'm so reporting this player for trolling. Why are Demogorgons a living stereotype, bro? This is the second time I've had fucking a Demogorgon who plays like shit. Pick me up. Yeah, you were saying, Angela?
I was saying don't you think that maybe the change one that they revealed could have been actually Pinhead the whole entire time? And lied about the fact that it was Pinhead?
This is cringe. Yeah.
I mean, I could. And then all of a sudden did the death swing. And I'm like, that would be kind of a douchey move to do.
Imagine not picking one of us, Demogorgon. I did this as Billy, but that was because this thing almost bled out. I did that yesterday. But imagine playing like this, bro. Yo, Angelo, can you please report this demo? Because that's what I'm fucking doing. This is technically either taking the game. Well, I'm reporting this demo because he's not even hit. He's purposely letting us bleed out. That's not what you're supposed to do. If there was one person, then yeah, fine. Because I did that to a thing yesterday because it was one person. It would be a waste letting her wiggle out when I've closed the hatch and all of it. Now you pick me up. Just find a hook, Demogorgon. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you were saying, by the way?
Okay. Skeptical, do you have time to do one more match?
Maybe a cheeky one more, but that's the loading time isn't going to fucking take an eternity.
Alright, but... No, as I was saying, right?
It's boring. Fuck me, this is boring. Rather go for a loading time than this shit. This is fucking boring. Yeah, you were saying?
But no, like what I was saying was, like, you remember when Scott said that he was done making the games after Ultimate Custom Night?
Yeah.
Well, if you remember, he said months down the road he wanted to work on a game called Into Madness. And I'm like, so what? Wait, you trolled us about that? I'm like, this motherfucker.
But I mean, technically he was working on also the new VR one as well after all the custom night anyway. So. Well,
no, Steelwolf Studios was working on it. Scott was helping him out.
That's what I mean. That's technically still getting involved with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is, no, he said he wanted to work on Into Madness on his own.
He actually is. That's why I'm reporting this Demogorgon straight after. Just hook me, dude. I don't have DS active. There's literally a hook right nearby now. Just hook me. I swear I now hate Demogorgon players because I literally had this once as a bill. And literally, he only killed me. Literally, this one Demogorgon arsehole only killed me. And he did that on the ground when I was playing Bill. And then he let everyone else go. Messed up as shit. Can you hook me? I swear. This player better have a temporary ban. I swear to God, because I've seen players of DBD get banned for wrongful reasons. Hook me, you dumb shit. Yeah, Carol Angela. Basement's right here, and you're done.
But no, what I was saying was, right? So, it just depends on how you see it. But I think that the best characters that could work for this game for Five Nights at Freddy's is the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 ones and Springtrap.
Yeah,
that's it.
Taking the game hostage, trolling. Imagine letting 2 fucking people bleed out. How sad. But yeah, I think the devs have really got us on who the next like license killer will be. So, and also people said like it's got to be licensed this time because even though I'm hyped for the new chapter coming out, I'm kind of disappointed it wasn't licensed. Okay. Like I do like the upcoming chapter that's coming out, but I kind of am annoyed that it's not licensed again. But from what
Yeah.
I've heard, it's more likely going to be the next one, chapter 20, will be licensed, hopefully.
And it's a big rumor that it's gonna be Candyman.
Yeah, or of course Resident Evil, like we said earlier, but more
But
likely.
it's gotta be Nemesis if they're gonna do that. It's gotta be Nemesis.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Nemesis.
Wait, but
If
what
it's
would
Mr.
you
X,
do if
won't
it
work.
was Mr. X, which there's a 50-50 chance either Nemesis or Mr.
The
X?
problem is with Mr. X, he's human,
Yeah.
and we have a lot of human.
Well, he's
killers.
not fully human anymore, remember? He's technically a tyrant.
Yeah, but he's still technically human.
I guess, but I mean, he's more non-human than, for example, Legion or the Trickster. The only thing that's non-human about the Trickster is his eyes. That's pretty much
Yeah.
it. His eyes are like yellow. That's pretty much it.
But I think they should do Nemesis.
Right.
The reason why I say that is because you could call him the Weapon, or you can call him the
Or
Zombie.
Tyrant. But the Tyrant was also a good one we agreed on.
Yeah, yeah, and it would make more sense for Nemesis because, you know, you could have much more of a better, you know,
Wait.
idea of what you're going to use as a survivor and a map than you would if you were Mr. X. Like, you could do Raccoon City
Yeah.
for Nemesis, and then the survivors could be Jill
Wait, is Harry
Valentine.
doing something?
I'm gonna assume so.
Right.
But no, what I'm saying is, if you're gonna do Resident Evil, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. But if you're gonna do Resident Evil, you're gonna have to have Jill Valentine as a survivor,
Yeah.
Nemesis as the killer,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna have Raccoon City.
Wait, I
That's
thought
the
you were
map.
going to say the Male Survivor 2, like we both agreed on. They could do it like Silent Hill, where it's got either Leon or Jill, or they could be like swapping it the other way
They
around.
could, but they
Personally, I
it
want
would
it to be
make more
both.
sense with Jill.
But I've seen good concepts for Leon though. Like I hate it when they do. I kind of feel like it's kind of. And by the way, I'm not pulling the cliche sexist card. I'm just being fucking annoyed from when they did this with Silent Hill. Where's my boy James Sunderland at? Cheryl didn't even encounter Pyramid Head in Silent Hill 3. Nowhere.
Yeah.
Whereas James Sunderland does. Like, why can't they just make a legendary skin, James Sunderland? I'd buy that in a fucking heartbeat.
Right.
So, I'm just saying, I was annoyed that they didn't do for that chapter. Oh, James Sunderland and Cheryl Mason survivors. So that's why I'm saying it would work. It would make sense if they did 2 survivors for a Resident Evil chapter, because people would want that a lot. So, and it'd be fair, and, you know.
But the thing is with Mr. X, he would have more. He would be a little bit harder to work with than Nemesis, because with Nemesis, you know more about him.
Yeah.
If you
Hey,
know
here's
what
an
I
on running joke for you. Mr. X breaks the wall to Kool-Aid Man's house, and then Kool-Aid Man ends up breaking a wall to a swimming pool because like Eggs don't give it to you, so like he does it, and then Kool-Aid Man carries it on and like, oh yeah, and then it's like double embarrassing because then they've broken like 2 different walls to like different like areas, but it's like they're connected in the same spot because technically Mr. X's house, he ends up breaking into Kool-Aid Man, and then as soon as Kool-Aid Man breaks the other wall down, it's to a private swimming pool, so it's like really embarrassing.
And another one, and this is one I don't know how you're going to react on,
Right.
but this is one I think would be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about it.
Okay.
Slipmouth Woman.
What's that from? Is that from that Scary Stories thing?
No, it's from a Japanese movie called Carved.
Oh, I've seen different Japanese horror, but that one I don't think I've seen now. So
If
that
you
one,
look up if you look up Slipmouth Woman, it'll show you a picture of her.
Okay.
And basically, the story behind her was that she was married and her husband cut her mouth off.
Right.
And
So
basically, what happened was because of that, she died.
Right.
And now she comes back as like a spirit, kind of. She's not really a ghost, but like her eyes are like ghosts.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. Sorry, I got the thing confused. Yeah.
Like her eyes look like they're ghosts.
Right.
Like her whole face and her eyes and all that looks like it's a ghost, but it's really not.
Yeah.
But her main weapon are giant scissors.
Oh yeah.
And I think she. And basically, she says like, "Am I beautiful?" And if you don't say she is, then she just
Actually, I
kills you.
vaguely remember you talking about
Yeah.
this concept a while ago.
Yeah.
So.
And basically, she says like, "Am I beautiful?" And if you say she is, then she makes you look exactly like her.
Oh.
And
What happens if you say you don't again?
Then she will
it's a
kill you
clown.
with her scissors.
Okay.
Then she'll kill you with her scissors.
Right.
So she basically kills you anyway,
Yeah.
even if you call her pretty or not. So, but she would be interesting because one of her perks could be called "Am I Beautiful?"
Right. What would her power be called? Because I don't remember you saying the power name.
The power, that one I haven't decided on.
Yeah.
Because it could be really anything.
I think it could be something to do with the scissors. Like it kind of have like a, it's kind of like the word cut, but not exactly, because you know, like DVD kind of uses like, yeah, but you know, like I said earlier, Dead by Daylight usually doesn't always call it. They kind of call it like a cool slang. They kind of like adds that little bit extra to it, like a funk. I don't know how the best to explain it, but that's what usually Dead by Daylight does.
Yeah, I know what you do. I know what you would say, but it would be called the Carved chapter, and basically it would be called the Carver, and basically which is the Slipmouth Woman, and one of them would be like, one of her perks would be "Am I Beautiful?" Another one would be I'm trying to remember what I said for her other two perks.
Right.
I'm trying to remember the other two perks that I was trying to say. I know one of them's like, "Am I Beautiful?" Of course.
Yep.
Another one would be
Oh, Purple Beamer. So, alright, yeah.
"Death is Inevitable" would be another perk.
Okay.
Because either way she kills you.
Yeah, of course.
Even if you call her beautiful or not. You know? And the other perk would be called Life or Death.
That was close. That was close to what I was thinking. I was thinking Death Upon Us. So that's technically similar.
That could work too. But she would be an interesting character because even though she's more human-like, she's really not. If you see an actual picture of her, she looks more ghostier than anything.
Yeah. Exactly.
But she's technically a human, but she's also a ghost, so it's weird. You know? Because she died, but she still looks like a human. So it's weird.
Oh, nice. That's how it has spawned.
You know? But she could work because, you know, she is very unique. You know, it just depends.
Oh, the person about Finds of Freddy's, that's Kingcerberus 22. He's a good friend. I recommend you sub to him. Please do. So, yeah. That's who it was, a level.
But what do you think of the Slipmouth woman being in the game? Like, what? Like, be honest. What's your honest opinion?
Yeah, I think that's not a cool idea, but of course it's not like something that I would like, oh yeah, that like I really, really want that. But I'd still think that could work and that'd be cool. Of course. I remember another one I used to be on the train for thinking, oh, that'll be like cool and scary, but then I realised, no, that'll be like really kind of cringe in the game. Was originally I was thinking, Siren Head, but then I thought, no, that won't work because one, people said it gives off too many Silent Hill vibes, and two, he's fucking huge, so it'd just be like weird shrinking him into the thingy. You know
Not really. Let me explain. Let me explain. He would work because he's not anything.
I mean, he can crawl because in the indie horror game, he wasn't exactly huge. Because you've seen the indie horror game, right? That like Markiplier and the other people play it.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah. And the thing is with him, Siren Head it would work. And let me explain why. Because
okay,
I understand. I can understand why it would be giving off the Silent Hill vibes, which I get. But they're also wrong in a lot of senses as well. And let me explain why. Because with Pyramid Head, he doesn't deceit his way to do that.
Right.
You know, it's like it's his own thing. So Siren Head would work. So whoever said that is not very bright.
Multiple people did, which, like I said the first time, I kind of get why they don't, but I mean now I get why it works. I guess. Oh, nice.
If you're gonna do Siren Head, I could tell you.
They'd obviously have to make it like the indie horror game height, of course, because in the other ones he's fucking too huge, so it wouldn't work for the DVD if they use that exact height.
I agree, but also you have to think about this as well. Right?
Right.
One of his perks is going to be called Deception. Because what he does, he deceits people.
But there's already a survivor perk called Deception, so they wouldn't do that because that'd be complicated. That's like making a killer perk called Dark Sense, and there's Dark Sense in the game.
Or Master Deceit, or Master of Deception.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Master of Deception would be one perk. A second one would be called Air Horn, because if you remember, he has horns up in his head.
Well, it wouldn't be called Air Horn because Air Horns are the brr, 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 brr. It'd probably be like Haunted Horns or something like that.
Yeah, Haunted Horns. And then it would be called Police Siren. And the third perk would be called Police Siren because if you remember, right, in the Siren Head, the siren sounds like a police siren.
Yeah, it was disturbing because actually I better not say it because it's a huge spoiler to the indie game, but like we all know what the thing is where it's connected to that type of thing. So I'm not going to spoil it to any viewers out there who haven't seen the indie horror game. But yeah, there was a huge twist in the game that involved the horns and the sirens.
Yeah, and basically, so whoever said Siren Head couldn't work, I don't disagree with that.
I don't disagree on their thoughts of it, not. Like I
don't agree with it, but I also don't disagree with it.
Yeah.
I'm neutral.
Oh, this is. Work. I kind of feel bad because I'm the only red rank in this full lobby. It's weird seeing that.
Right. Now here's the thing. It would be bad because he doesn't have a map. There's no map for him.
They could make it a map though where it's kind of like in the indie horror game where it's a woods, but people think that can't be repetitive because that's more like what they do with Slenderman, which Slenderman's one would kind of work more in a type of woods, especially kind of like the different woods variety.
It's like a rainforest woods, like rainforest woods.
Yeah, but they could do some abandoned town for Siren Head, like because in one of the creepypasta footages he was taken like over a town, and it made more sense because of his siren type thing. It would give off a creepy atmosphere.
That's what I'm saying, and it's
Wait.
gonna be hard to do that.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought it changed one of my challenges, but that was because I completed one. Yeah.
But no, what I'm saying is, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Whereas it would make more sense for like a type of, like for like if Slenderman had a map, because that could be like multiple of those ideas from the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, Slenderman has to have a map. Jeff the Killer has to have a map. You know, Candyman.
I think we said before with Jeff the Killers, they could make it really creative, like because in the creepypasta, what they could do is that's kind of like the town that he was in, and then one of the locations is kind of connected to one of the sequel creepypastas where there was like this abandoned type. I don't know what the building was called. I just remember having a lot of brickwork, so there could be that there, and there could be the home where all the stuff happened to him. As well.
Yeah, and
really wrong.
And another one that was also big. And a lot of people also predicted could be in it too.
Yeah.
Do you remember the hybrid version of Bendy and Bendy the Ink Machine at the end?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
The one that's covered in ink? They're saying that could be one too.
Alright. That would, yeah, I agree. Definitely.
That would be good because, you know, that would be something different.
Alright, I'm gonna quickly do my outro because I've got to go. Hope you guys enjoyed the Dead by Daylight stream. Make sure to like and subscribe and do the exact same to Kingcerberus 22. It was good playing with both you and of course Harry.
Yep.
Alright, I'll go and stream now. Peace, guys.